Hello fellow YouTubians and welcome to another video. I have just finished editing and have realised I do not have an intro, so I will keep it short and sweet. In this video I am making a card for a lovely lady who is going back to America, and she is one of my husband's colleagues and he needed a card, so this is what I did. First off, I'm just following my blue cardstock just to make the base of the card. I'm then taking some white cardstock and my Fisker's cutter, and using the A6 guidelines on the trimmer, I'm just cutting that to the right size I want. I am just taking a little bit extra off the edges just so I have a bit of a border to allow for another layer. Next you'll see I've got a little kitten or a little cat image I've drawn. I know it doesn't look great at the moment. Unfortunately, I am really bad at copying my own drawings, so I'm just tracing that onto the white cardstock to start with. I'm just rubbing out the bolder lines. The reason I went over it in the first place was just so I could actually see all the lines, and I was rubbing it out so it don't show too much through the alcohol marks I'm going to use to colour it in with. And then I'm using a mix of Nuvo and Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. The pen I'm actually using at the minute starts to die halfway through, so I actually go over again with a slightly darker Spectrum Noir pen just to basically smooth out the colour so it's not so patchy. And I'm also using a fine line pen by Unipin just to go around and make a border. I would have used the Dilutions paint pen, but I didn't actually have one at the time. But I do now. Thanks, Mum. And I'm just using some new Posca markers just to add the white bits as well. I was a little bit annoyed because the Posca pens, they come in a plastic box to start with, and then each one is individually wrapped in its own sort of like vac seal plastic, which I think is really silly. I'm also then using the Ink Road stamp set. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's got the little pussycats and stuff, different cat quotes on there, and I'm using the Memento Luxe ink pad just to stamp on some little paw prints to add a bit of a background and add some detail. And then I was using a linen cardstock in grey to add that second border on. Again, using my trimmer just to cut it down to size. Now, I wanted to add on a little sentiment, I'll miss Mew. But I am not the best at writing, and I just could not get this right for the life of me. So I will leave it down to Hesty Arts, who was making the card, to explain what she did to fix it.
So, I was not having a lot of fun trying to handwrite that, so I'm deciding to use the Cricut. I'm not going to do a tutorial on this, I'm just going to say, hey, this is what I've done. So, here was what I've done. So, I've gone into Design Space and just typed in the little phrase, I'll miss Mew, using the text, and I've used the font Breezy. I've then put that at about the size I want and then popped my little bit of card just on my mat. 0.4 black marker or little tip, the normal pen that comes with the fine point pen. So we're going to use that to write with. I've just realised my mistake. Let's try that again. always remember to shut your door. This is what happens if you don't close your door. It looks like a 5-year-old wrote it. Whereas with the door shut, it's a lot neater.
Last few steps here, I'm using the Salty Ocean Distressing to edge the sentiment strips a little bit to give them a bit of colour and match the card backing. And then again using that linen cardstock to mount those and draw everything together. I'm sticking it all down with some double-sided sticky tape. And then just working out the position of where I want them to be. It did take me a moment, but when I finally got it, I then used some hunky-dory foam pads to mount them and lift them a bit. I actually used 2 on the Mew bit just to double lift it, and then finishing it off finally, you have to use the Nouveau drops to make everything look brilliant. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash subscribe. Take care.